Welcome to Varsity Stadium in Toronto for the bronze medal match of the inaugural Columbus 500 Cup, the Hong Kong national team against the Canadian national team. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Varsity Stadium. I'm Randy Andrechu. Glad you could join us for this very special Rogers Sports presentation. Game time conditions here at Varsity couldn't be much better. The pitch is fast and dry. Skies are relatively clear. We do have a wind coming out of the south at about 20 kilometers an hour. Our game time temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. Joining me now is our resident soccer expert, Keith Pandowski. He'll be handling the color commentary today. Ben Knight will call the play-by-play. Keith, in game one of this Columbus 500 Cup, we saw AC Milan just blow away a really overmatched Hong Kong national team.
Well, they were outmatched, no question there, Randy. AC Milan is a class team and one of the superpowers in the world, and give full credit to Hong Kong team, but Hong Kong were outmatched on the field and everywhere else.
What about changes for the Hong Kong lineup? What do they have to do as far as lineup changes and in play?
Well, you're playing against Team Canada today, and Team Canada is awful big with Catlett up front, and they're going to be a lot of high balls inside the 18-yard line. They've made one change on defense. They've put a little lankier individual white Kwok on the fullback, and they've taken out the Chan Chu, and we'll see a little more exciting game, I think, in this particular against Team Canada.
In game two of this Columbus 500 Cup, we saw FC Porto defeat Canada 2-0. Canada in the game at halftime, it was scoreless. An own goal early in the second half really hurt them.
Well, that changed the whole pace of the second half in the game, because that fast goal in the second half came a little early, and Team Canada didn't really recover from that, and they kind of lost the composure and the discipline. And once you lose the discipline against a good team like FC Porto, it's going to hurt you.
Canada, of course, always known for having a little bit of trouble scoring up front. I know they've made a couple lineup changes going into today's game.
Well, they've made a couple changes. They've put in Dave Norman's in on fullback. They've taken Dinga out, and up front they've taken Alex Bunbury out, and they've put young Paul Pescisolito. And we're going to see a little more action up front, because Catlett is going to create a little space for Paul up front, and Catlett is going to get those high balls in the 18-yard line of Hong Kong team. It's going to be a very interesting game, but I think Team Canada should come out with a win in this particular game.
Now, as Team Canada is developing their program, we talked a little bit about this earlier. This is a game pretty much they almost have to win to continue the development.
Oh, they have to win. They're favored in this game, and the program is under
close scrutiny
right now, and Bob Lenarduzzi is expecting a big, good performance from all the players that he has on the field today.
All right, we look forward to it. Keith and Ben will be back to call the play in just a few moments. The kickoff is next. You're watching the inaugural Columbus 500 Cup on the Rogers Ontario Network.
The referee for today's consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup is Tony Camacho, the linesman on the near sidelines, Luigi Molino, and on the far side, Eric Evans. And we are underway now here as Lee Kin Wo tries to get it going for Hong Kong. Comes back to Lo Kai Wai here, and he plays it back into his defense, looking for Chung Kam Wah. Now Canada a chance here as Carl Valentine on it. Valentine looking for a hole in the defense. Good positional defense there from Hong Kong, but it comes back here for Limniadis now. Limniadis laying it off for Dominic Mobilio. Mobilio, good ball through on the sideline here, looking for Colin Miller, and it runs out of bounds. Keith, lively opening to the game.
It's going to be a very interesting game here, Ben, today, because Canada is looking for a win this afternoon here against Team Hong Kong, and a couple changes, one up front, one on defense. Up front, it's going to create a little more room for young Pesh, and with Catlett being up front, going to create a lot of room for young Pesh. On the back, with Dave Norman out, Dave Norman in and Dinga out, they're looking for some overlap, I think.
Canada played a superb first half against Porto in the first round of this. Fell apart a little bit in the second half, and they wound up losing 2-0. And now they're looking to atone for that with a good showing against Hong Kong. Carl Valentine now, as the Hong Kong defense controls. Wu Yu Kwok plays it back to his goaltender, Chan Sao-yin. And Keith, Chan's got to be hoping for a few less shots than he saw in that 7-0 shellacking that AC Milan laid on them in the opener.
Yes, he did his best, but with all those chances and shots on net, there's not much you could do, Ben.
AC Milan and FC Porto will be meeting in the final of this tournament. We'll give you some more details on that a little later on in this show. Miller chesting it down for Canada, looking for Limniadis. Valentine now. There's a miscue in the defense. Norman tried to come up with it there in a jostle with Shung Kwok Pui. And Canada up with it. Limniadis. Searching ball on the side for Paul Pesha-Solido, headed away there by Tama Fook. And while it's hard to, while it's hard to try to say anything nice about the 7-0 game, I thought Tama Fook in the defense played a very good game for
Yes, they did.
Hong Kong. Ball played back to the center now for Limniadis, or rather for Brandy Samuel, sorry, with his first touch of the game. Over to Sarantopoulos. Valentine tries to work the play back, and it goes out. It'll be a throw in at midfield for Hong Kong.
Plus, Team Canada have made a change on midfield. Got Nick Dasovic on there. A good playmaker, a good physical midfielder.
Peter Sarantopoulos to Dasovic, who Keith just mentioned. Dasovic over to Samuel in the 6th shirt. Plays it up to Limniadis now. Canada cautious on the build-up here now, but moving the ball forward. Peter Sarantopoulos. Valentine there challenged, and it comes back here to Lo Kai Wah. Canada back now. Useful ball on the sideline here for Dave Norman. Norman challenged hard there by Chung Kam Wah. Any adjustments Hong Kong has made since the AC Milan game, Keith?
It's just the one change they've made on fullback. They've got Chan Chu out, and White Kwok is in. And everybody else is the same. And with
player down in midfield now, this is Ao Wai Lun, and Ao was the player that they were running most of their plays for in the first game. And
there we go. Just a little takedown there, but there wasn't nothing serious, but the referee called it a foul.
Wu Yu Kwok plays it back to Chan Sao Yin in the goal for Hong Kong. This is consolation final action in the Columbus 500 Cup. Ben Knight with Keith Pandofsky. Another gorgeous day here at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Now Samuel over to Sarantopoulos. Canada again taking their time in the build-up. Now a breakthrough, possible arm there from Tama Fook as he played that ball forward. No call. Valentine back to cover. It's an interesting thing I've noticed with Hong Kong, Keith. They're playing moves that call for speed, but they're also getting outrun on the 50-50 balls.
Well, because those balls aren't in the passes aren't crisp enough or close enough to the players, and that's going to create a little more time for the defense to come and attack you.
Tam Su Wah with a corner kick. Headed away there in the defense. Ball comes up for Pesha-Solido, and he's jostled right there, and always there's that physical attack on Pesha-Solido. Of course, the worst hit he took in this tournament, he took from one of his teammates in the dying minutes of the first game, Keith.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It was one of those things on the high ball, and Samuels came down and it landed on young Pesh.
Dominic Mobilio now looking for space on the wing with Colin Miller. Miller challenged there by Chu Chung Ming. Hong Kong back with it now. Looking for control of the midfield, which they were never able to get against AC Milan. And the ball is knocked back there into the seats. We have a sparse crowd now, but why do I think it's going to fill up a little bit when AC Milan and FC Porto get out there?
That's a foul throw there on Team Hong Kong, Ben.
And that's a mistake that you just can't afford anytime. Samuel now, too far there for Mobilio, and Hong Kong is going to get another chance now just inside the center flag. Chu Chun Ming up for Lo Kin Wo, but Canada capitalize on it. Now Mobilio looking for Pesha-Solido on the wing. Just ran out of room there, and again some good marking from Chang Ping On in the Hong Kong defense.
It's they're still filling each other out here, Ben, but it's awful hot on the field, and it's getting warmer, I think, and it's going to take a toll in the second half, I think.
The field, I thought, I took a walk on it earlier in the day. It's in very good shape. A little torn up in the goal areas, but it's equally torn up on both sides, so I don't think we'll see it be too much of a factor here.
No, the field looks in good condition, and it's nice and soggy at spots. I think they must have watered it last night or something.
Soggy but not slippery, so we shouldn't see too much problem with traction in this game. Randy Samuel now explored his options and then played it all the way back to Dolan. Back up to Samuel here. Close marking from the Hong Kong team here in the early going. Interesting to see how Canada adjusts. Milan took about 2 minutes to adjust to this. They started working give and goes, and the route was on very quickly. Pesha Solido possibly taking a knee there as Hong Kong come back up with it. This is number 16, Wu Yu Kwok. Long ball, and Dolan playing well out of his box here. Sarantopoulos leaves it to a teammate. It comes up here to Limniadis. John Limniadis takes it over center, but throws it into space, and it's easy. And Wu Yu Kwok comes up with it. Kwok now running on the ball. He's got help on the wing now. Plays out onto the far side. The Hong Kong national team looking for a way through the Canadian defense now. And Lo Kai Wah forward, but that's the end of that as Dolan again controls for Canada.
Well, Canada's trying to take the ball all the way down to Hong Kong's inside the 18-yard line on the ground. And if it's not working on the ground, get a little longer passes and cross those passes left to right or in the middle.
Canada setting up again. Now good ball into Mobilio in the center now. Mobilio taking on a defender, looking for space, looking for Pesha Solido. Ball runs a little too far for him. Pesha Solido tracks it down in the corner there, watched by Tama Fook. Plays it back out here to Colin Miller, who had a terrific game in the first half against Porto. Limniadis. Sarantopoulos. Good ball into space here for Dave Norman. Norman sets up. Blocked out there by the Hong Kong defense. That was number 13, Chung Kam Wah, but he couldn't control it. Canada get the throw in. And the pressure builds up again now. Dasovic taking on two defenders, working his way into the box, crossed into the center here. And one move too many there from Mobilio. Catliffe comes up with it, dumps it to the side, and it's going to run out of play.
It was a good try. I think Hong Kong is very vulnerable inside the 18-yard line. They'll make mistakes, and those quick passes with 3-4 guys in around the box, it's going to create little chances, I think.
Now it's Miller. Miller played back. Now there's the first shot, hit it on by Catliffe, just wide. And a good combination there from Canada, Keith.
Yes, it was a good try from the left side, and I think Nick Dasovic was attempting a shot, but that shot became a pass, and here we go. From the left side. We're going down. Nice pass back. Nick Dasovic is taking a shot here, I think, and Catliffe up high with a header, but just missed.
Good positioning from Catliffe there. He's there for a rebound if necessary, or he can play the shot on if it looks like it's going wide.
All the credit to Nick Dasovic. I think was attempting to shoot the ball on net, but it became a pass, and Catliffe was right there.
We're just underway, 35 minutes to go here in the first half. Canada and the Hong Kong national team, scoreless tie here in the consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup. Now, Pesha Solido into space, the flag's up. No call. Catliffe, and it's there. The flag was up now. The referee's seen it, and I think he's going to call it back. Let's check and see. Keith, the flag went up right away.
Yeah, it was awful close. Pesh on the left side. The linesman, Luigi Molino, had his flag up, but the referee didn't notice the linesman, and the play kept on.
So it's official. The call is offside on Canada.
Here's the linesman, Luigi Molino, on the sideline.
Well, no doubt from Molino. Here's the play, Keith.
Yeah, it was awful close. Awful close.
So it remains 0-0. Hong Kong now looking to build something. Shum Kwok Pui. And Valentine plays it back to Dolan again. Peter Sarantopoulos. Into the center for Limniadis. Limniadis plays out onto the wing a little bit behind Norman. Norman adjusting now. And back across to Samuel. Canada again taking their time on the build-up. Limniadis. Bad ball intercepted there, but there's a tussle in the center, and it falls to Tama Fook. Fook, good ball into space for Tam Siu Wah, but it runs out.
Yeah, that pass should have been a lot sharper and well down the line, but just the ball took a bad bounce, and there was no pass at all.
But early in the going, we're seeing more diversity in the Hong Kong attack. It wasn't as if they didn't have chances against Milan. It's just they kept running the same play, and Milan figured it out. Mobilio. Mobilio. Norman plays it ahead, but it's easily taken there by Tama Fook. Tam plays off to Chung Kam Wah. And it comes out on the wing as Hong Kong. Number 14, Chu Chung Ming. Tries to play it forward now. Good play there by Colin Miller to intercept for Canada. Miller's got Pesce-Solido. He comes in looking for Valentine in the center. Valentine tees it up. Great save there. Chan Sao Yin, who had all kinds of troubles with AC Milan, but nothing wrong with that one.
No, you could tell Colin Miller overlapping on the left side. Here we go, Colin Miller, nice cross. Carl Valentine controls it here.
Now we got a cross back in now, headed away. And Hong Kong breaking up in the other direction. Lee Kin Wo now up over center. He had Ao Wai Lun with him, couldn't find it. Now still chasing the ball, and it rolls out deep in Canadian territory.
I think that's a Hong Kong ball, Ben. But the play before that, Ben, was Colin Miller overlapping on the left side and crossing that ball to Carl Valentine. Beautiful half volley shot and a nice save by the Hong Kong goalkeeper.
That's Sao Yin. Back there for Hong Kong. Now up at the other end. They try to put an attack together, played in for Lo Kai Wah. Can't get the cross, but I believe he's won a corner kick there off of Limniadis. No, goal kick awarded. Peter Sarantopoulos. Good anticipation there by Hong Kong. Wu Yu Kwok playing it up forward, but again, Canada able to contain the challenge, particularly that from Chung Kam Wah in the 13 shirt for Hong Kong. Now his opposite number, Dave Norman. Norman into space, but Hong Kong controls that as well. But it comes back to Sarantopoulos. Mobilio up here to Dasovic on the side. Dasovic, good ball through to Mobilio. Gets around the defender, tries to cross it, and blocked nicely there in the defense by Shum Kwok Pui.
Yeah, that was a good try, but that pass should have been a bit sooner, and he thought he had more time to pass the ball inside the 18-yard line. And nobody's going to give you any amount of time inside their own 18-yard line. It's got to be a little quicker and a shot away.
The final game of this tournament, the much-awaited matchup between Italian champions AC Milan and Portuguese champs FC Porto. You can see that on Rogers Community 10 Toronto Sunday, June 21st at 2 p.m. Peter Sarantopoulos up to Limniadis now in the familiar pattern. And Keith, in the last few minutes, we've seen some breakdowns of communication in the midfield for Canada.
Yeah, communication breakdown, and also they're making their runs, but the runs are going the wrong way, and nobody's coming into the ball.
Now Catlett finds some space for Pesce-Solido here on the near side. Trying to find a way around Chang Ping now. Looks for help behind him, Dave Norman. Crosses into the center now, drops the ball into the middle of the defense. Comes back here for Limniadis, who leaves it off for Peter Sarantopoulos. Sarantopoulos lobs one in there. Catlett went up for it. And it falls for Shum Kwok Pui for Hong Kong. Now Canada getting it back in again. This is Mobilio, and Tama Fook again there with the tackle.
That's much better, Ben. If you can't get the ball in their own zone on the ground, put the ball up high, and you got Catlett there, who's almost a foot taller than anybody else inside the box, and it's going to win you that high ball.
Tam Fook there is forced to concede a corner kick now, as Canada will get their first one of those in this game. Carl Valentine. Looping kick to the far side. Pesce-Solido challenged for it, couldn't get it. Now it comes to Randy Samuel. Randy Samuel working the Hong Kong defense in for Pesce-Solido. Broken up, and Chung Kam Wah comes back the other way. Nice tackle by Pesh there, Keith.
Very, very nice.
And Limniadis just arches it in there, and it comes to Chan Sao Yin.
He knew he should have received that pass from Colin Samuels, and after he didn't get the pass, he fought for the ball and he won it.
Nice to see a talented young player who just won't stop running on anything.
Good young prospect, and he'll have quite a few years in wherever he plays.
Lo Kai Wah. And it'll be Chan Sao-yin now with a goal kick for Hong Kong. We've got 28 minutes left here in the first half at Varsity Stadium. Consolation final action in the Columbus 500 Cup, being put on to celebrate Canada's 125th anniversary. No score between Canada and Hong Kong. I'm sorry, Keith, how does Canada look different to you than they did the other night against Porto?
I think they look more tight than they look against Porto. I mean, they were hustling a bit more in the first half against Porto, I think, and they're trying to overpass or create the perfect pass and a perfect shot and perfect goal here. And that could be a little trouble, I think.
Now throw in a little too far for Pesce-Solido, but he's on it anyway. Takes on two defenders, now gets off the shot and he scores! What an individual effort! Paul Pesce-Solido and Keith, that's what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot and a nice play, and we're going to see the replay here, we hope. Here's Pesce turning to fullback, left, right. He's going to the right again, and beautiful shot on the left corner. Actually, Catlett got out of the way of that shot, and well-taken shot, but where were the defense? Here we see it again.
And we see the throw-in was maybe a little far for him, but look at that shot. He reacted to the ball, took on two defenders, and Paul Pesce-Solido has blasted Canada into a 1-0 lead in the 19th minute here over the Hong Kong national team. Hong Kong trying to come back the other way now with Ao Wai Lun, but a nice tackle there from Peter Sarantopoulos. And Keith, Sarantopoulos, a nightmare in the Porto game. Well, in the wrong place at the wrong time in the own goal early in the second half.
Yeah, I think that was the heartbreak. That goal came very early in the second half and kind of took the heart away from the Team Canada.
So Paul Pesce-Solido showing why there is so much interest in him around the soccer world. And now Samuel trying to work it up for Canada. Now they've got the goal they needed. Ball ahead now to Dasovic. Watched there by Tama Fook. And I'm still impressed, Keith, with Tama Fook's positional play. He's there when he's needed. His tackles are clean. And there he is heading it away.
Yeah.
Chang Ping. Ball played forward, but nobody there, and it'll be Peter Sarantopoulos controlling for Canada. Up to Colin Miller. Into space for Catlett. Lo Kai Wah. Miller. We've got some stats handed to us here, Keith. Offsides are 1-0 Canada, corner kicks are 1-1.
I think Canada's got the advantage of the play and the chances as well, Ben. We really haven't seen nothing from Hong Kong yet.
This is Shung Kwok Hui playing it in there, and Samuel decides to take it back up himself. Samuel to Catlett. Mobilio now into space for Pesce-Solido, watched there by Chang Ping on. And Canada wins the throw-in. Pesce-Solido takes it quickly for Mobilio. On the edge of the box, back to Pesce-Solido. Sort of a half shot, half pass. And Chan Sao-yin controls for Hong Kong. Chu Chun Ming will get the throw in there as the ball goes off Catlett.
Well, Catlett, I think the Hong Kong team is really playing them tight, and but some more high balls into the box, I think, is going to create a lot more chances, I think, and more space for young Pesce, Ben.
Norman got an arm up, but the falls now for Chung Kamwa. Tackled by Sarantopoulos, tries to get it back. Norman's there to intercept it. And the Canadian defense closing very quickly on any chance Hong Kong's able to put together. Abilio back to Samuel. Dave Norman. Norman looking for Sarantopoulos on the sideline. Now sidesteps the defender. Useful ball into Valentine. Valentine now on the attack. Comes into the corner. Some grabbing there. Wu Yu Kwok tries to haul him down. Valentine maintains possession. Now Hong Kong comes back. Good ball into space, but Peter Sarantopoulos runs it down. Norman heads it on. And the foul called there on Chung Kamwa.
They're moving the ball, Team Canada has been. At least the passes are getting crisper and sharper, and it's good to see.
Limniadis. In for Nick Dasovic. Dasovic to Norman. Norman into space now. Limniadis.
Good try. That cross should have been more on the inside of the box, but it's one of those things. At least the play was formed nicely. 3 touches, and the ball should be crossing inside the box.
Kicked ahead for Awai Lun now. Now Canada, a chance on the far side. Catliffe. And Catliffe either waited too long or got caught from behind. Hong Kong now looking for space on the near side. Chung Kamwa. Back to Chu Chao Ming. Into the center there. Trouble controlling it. Mobilio back with it. Possible injury now. Tama Fuchs slow getting up in center. Pesha Solido. Off the head of Chung Chu Min. Ming, nice move there to keep his control. Pesha Solido comes up with it. It'll be a throw in for Hong Kong deep in their own end.
Well, they're at least they're not letting them come out their own zone. Ben, Team Canada's right on top of them, and let's play the game in their own half.
Hong Kong. 20 minutes to go in the first half. Now here's a chance for Mobilio, and that goes wide.
Good try.
20 minutes left here in the first half. Consolation final, Columbus 500 Cup Soccer from Varsity Stadium. Canada 1, Hong Kong 0 on a terrific individual effort from Paul.
Here's a shot.
Pesha-Solido.
Taken on the left side by Limniadis. That shot should have been taken on the inside of the foot. What a curved in. But
and Keith, it looks like we've got a substitution now here.
Pang Kam Chun is coming in.
And number 8, Tam Su Hwa is coming out. So an early substitution here for Hong Kong. As they try to find a formula to get back into this game. Dave Norman. Peter Sarantopoulos. Limniadis under pressure from Awai Lun. Plays it safely back to Dolan. Dolan throwing it out for Sarantopoulos. Pesha Solido. And a handball, I think.
That was a foul on number 12. Took Dave Norman down.
Chung Kwok Pui called for the foul. There was also a possible handball on Chung Kamwa. Now Valentine into Mobilio, and a fine save there. And again, we see Canada with a strong attack on the goal and winning a corner kick.
They're penetrating the defense well, Ben. Here's the pass from Carol Valentine. Mobilio should have been a better shot. Up high. The goalkeeper's awful small, so you got to go up high in those shots inside the box.
Now at the edge of the box, Colin Miller. Awai Lun. Run off the ball by Catliffe. Canada, steady control of the pace now, gaining more and more control of the midfield. Pesha Solido. Up to Norman. Comes to Mobilio, plays it on now, back to Mobilio. No call. Norman on the edge of the box into space for Dasovic. And thumped out of bounds by Tom Afuk, and Canada will get another corner kick.
Yeah, they should be taking those shots a bit quicker, Ben. At least those chances are happening inside the box, and we've got to get those shots on net.
And once again, Carl Valentine to come to the corner here. Veteran player, lots of experience in the MISL and the Canadian Soccer League. Hit it on, and just cleared off the line now. Samuel with a fine shot in there. And Pang Kum Chung, who's just come into the game, is there to save it off the line.
Actually, he was guarding the post, and lucky for that. Here's a cross from Carl Valentine. Well up hitter by Colin Samuels. It should be in. Randy Samuels, that is.
Now Pesha Solido in alone, watched closely by Pang Kum Chung. Finds Dasovic at the edge of the box, plays a good ball into Limniadis. It falls for Catliffe. And you wonder how many chances it's going to take to get by Chan Sao Yin.
But we're taking our time. We should be taking the shots a bit quicker. Like, don't look for the perfect shot, perfect pass. You're inside the 18-yard line, get those shots on net. Here we go. Catliffe is taking possession. Now he's taking his time. And that makes the goalkeeper to come out and makes a nice save.
Canada made three or four good moves to set that up. Now here's another chance. Mobilio crossed away from his defender and tried to shoot back, and Chan didn't have to move anywhere to take that one.
Yes, well, that's a shot that shouldn't have been taken, maybe. But you're closer inside the box, and you're trying to overpass, and you're not getting the shots on net.
We have 16 minutes to go in the first half here. Canada leading 1-0 over the Hong Kong national team.
That was a good try by Dominic Mobilio.
Limniadis now, good ball onside for Pesha Solido. He's got Catliffe behind him now. He's taking on his defender and has run off the ball. Chang Ping claiming a foul, and I think he's going to get it.
Yeah, I think Pesh going to pull the defender here. He's trying to take him left or right. He runs into him, actually. Here's Pesh pulling him down a little bit. Take advantage of it. Good call by the referee.
But again, I'll look at Pesha Solido's tenacity there. When this guy starts heading towards the net, there's not much to stop him.
Yeah, he smells that net, that's for sure. Loves to score, Ben.
And the bad side of that is he invites more than his share of hard tackles. But that's your lot in life if you're playing at that level. Canada 1-0 over Hong Kong. Now the Hong Kong captain, Chang Ping. Kick to the far corner of the box. Now they're looking for Al, but it's broken up there by Sarantopoulos. Good positional defense. Hong Kong to put it back quickly into play now. Or rather, it's a free kick called. I was watching who the ball went off. Colin Miller. Long kick through. Keith, we're settling into a fairly regular pattern in this game.
Yeah, but I'd like to see a bit more offense by Hong Kong because it's a one-way street here, and we're playing the game in one half of the field.
Wu Yu Kwok goes high up to head that away, and it'll be a goal kick for Hong Kong.
That come off the chin of Catliffe, and he's a big man. There's John Catliffe, number 9 of Team Canada. Tough individual.
Chan Sao Yin looking downfield. Randy Samuel up there to head that down for Canada. Pang Kam Chung breaks it up. Canada controls. Good ball through here on the far side. Looking for help in the middle. Pesha Solido jumps on the miscue. Played back out here for Norman. Norman, cross. And Chan Sao Yin Coming high to take that, but then he kicks it into open space, and it's going to be very easy here for Randy Samuel to control. Watch closely there by Ah Wai Yun. Now Hong Kong to get a chance out of it. Ao into the center, and brilliant attempt to save it off the line there. Keith, it looked like nothing when it started.
Boy, actually the ball came from the goalkeeper, and was only one striker. Here he goes, fighting for the possession of the ball and pushes it back. Great save on the line.
And here we see it
Here's
again.
The pushback, yeah.
It looked
Open
totally
man.
harmless, but it's Dave Norman coming back to save the day, and a wonderful play there. But it never should have happened, Keith.
Never.
The goaltender's kick was into an entirely open quarter of the field.
And what a chance to take. There's only one striker up front, and we had 3 defenders on the back, and one striker outmaneuvered the defense and played the ball into an open Hong Kong man, and thank God for Dave Norman.
Well, I imagine Leonard Doozy will have a couple of words about the tightness of the team out there right now. They're controlling the game, but there's just there've been this string of miscues so far. Canada still leading 1-0. Brilliant play by Dave Norman to preserve the lead. Now Valentine. Valentine into Limniadis in the corner. Limniadis, a quick cross into the center, but Pesh having troubles as the Hong Kong back 4 held on the possible offside there. Chan Sao Yin putting it into play again, and this one's easily controlled by Limniadis. Into space for Catliffe now. John Catliffe. Hong Kong maintaining man-on-man marking here. Dasovic into the center for Valentine and over the bar.
Boy, a nice play on the right side from Catliffe. At least Catliffe is making the plays as well as being the last man up front. And here he is making a play into Nick Dasovic. Nick Dasovic going on the right side. He's going to cross the ball here to Carl Valentine. That shot should have been taken a bit better, but good try and a good chance.
Valentine under pressure from the close marking in the defense. Hong Kong now with a free kick in the Canadian half. Ball comes nicely for Lo Kai Wah, and his shot goes over the bar.
That was a good try, actually, on the volley. Colin Miller should be coming back a bit more. He's depending on Peter and Randy Samuels to cover up the overlapping of on the right side, and Colin Miller should be coming back a bit more.
We have 10 minutes to go in the first half here. Canada leading Hong Kong 1-0. Dolan. Pass shot, but it's headed away by Tama Fook. Comes back here to Sarantopoulos. Valentine under pressure. Chips the ball up to Catliffe, who lays it on nicely for Limniadis now. Canada pushing forward. Into the center for Dasovic, stacked up there, but he comes back up with it now. Looks for John Catliffe. Catliffe plays it into the center, knocked away, but Dave Norman is right there for Canada. Dasovic crossing it into the center. Lee Kin Wo gets a head on it. Colin Miller's shot hits a leg and deflects out to the side. Canada continuing to lead here 1-0. And just a reminder, the final of this tournament, AC Milan versus Porto of Portugal, Sunday, June 21st, 2 p.m. right here on Rogers Community 10, Toronto. It's very rare to see a clash of European champions this close after the end of the season, Keith.
Yes, and I think both teams are top form, and we're going to see a great game, great final.
Pesha Solido controlled under pressure, but there was nobody home on the wing. Long kick, and again, Canada making it difficult for Hong Kong to get in. Lo Kai Wah. Shum Kwok Pui now. Good ball, looking for Lee Kin Wo. And Lee had the chance for the cross there, Keith. 2 men in the center.
Well,
couldn't get it off.
He thought he had a bit more space than he really did, and that extra step wasn't there, and the ball went off. And it's a goal kick for Team Canada.
Paul Dolan. Catliffe now trying to break through the defense. He's got Pesce-Solido in front. Just gets run off the ball, and Canada win a corner kick.
Great run for Catliffe. He took on 3 defenders of Hong Kong, and he tried to go on the left side and to cross the ball into the box, but we got a corner out of it.
Line drive kick this time, broken up by Chang Ping On. Balls for Lee Kin Wo, but Colin Miller's there. The ball in from the wing, headed away. Chung Kam Hwa finds a man in open space on the wing. Ball played through, looking for Ah Wai Lun. Keith, the pattern almost seems to be that when you're defending against Hong Kong, if they bring the ball over center, close a couple of defenders on Ah Wai Lun, and that'll be the end of the attack.
Yeah. Everything happens from him, I think.
Shum Kwok Pui. Back to Lo Kai Hwa. Canada again in control. Certainly from a territorial point of view, full value for the 1-0 lead. Samuel plays it back. Sarantopoulos back to Dolan. Keith, they'd like to have a second goal here in the closing minutes.
It's gonna create a bit more excitement if next goal is a big goal, and if it stays 1-0 in the second half.
Now Canada pressing forward. Valentine tries to win onto that. It's controlled by Hong Kong. Ah Wai Lun taken down there. Quick free kick to Lo Kai Hwa. On the overlap, Chu Chung Mung. This is Chung. And Dave Norman controls that, and Hong Kong win a corner.
That was a nice try on the Hong Kong team. Came on the left side, but Dave Norman stood with his man and didn't give him an inch on the outside.
It's been a well-played game. Still only one offside call, and that one rings in the mind because Canada scored on it. They have that called back. And right away another.
It's a goal kick.
This time Dolan will get it for Canada. Under 5 minutes now left in the first half. Team Canada holding a 1-0 lead in the consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup from Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Valentine had that go out over the sidelines on him. Chung Kam Hwa to take the throw. Now going to leave it for a teammate. It's Chu Chun Min. Lo Kai Hwa. But just nobody there to take advantage of it.
Actually, it was a good thought. It was a nice pass, hoping that it was going to go through the defense on the right side.
Miller overruns the ball. Lee Kin Wo controlling now for Hong Kong. His teammates pushing forward. And Dolan again controlling it back there.
Off the head of Peter Sarantopoulos.
Again, Canada. Good control, but the odd miscue putting them into trouble. Hong Kong gets the ball there.
So that was Colin Catliffe, but Catliffe went up to win the ball up high, and Hong Kong player being a bit smaller, it looked like he was going over his shoulder,
And
which I don't think he was.
Tony Camacho, though, no doubt about it, the referee making the call. Chang Ping, the captain. Looking for Awai Lun. Back for Chung Kam. Now here's Awai Lun again. He's been the focus of their attack in both games so far. And that cross back in behind the net.
I think if Hong Kong has any plan of attack, Ben, I think they should keep it on the ground and put those passes along the ground, because any high ball cross from either corner of the field into the box, I mean, Dolan's right there.
They're going to have to pick up the pace of their attack too, because the Canadian back four is anticipating these plays, and we saw AC Milan do the same thing.
Right.
And offside call?
Yeah, offside. Number 18 was late coming out, and anytime the ball's played forward.
A strange looking offside call, but Mobilio. Dominic Mobilio double teamed there. Wins the throw in. Dave Norman. Shot there from Mobilio. And Chen Sao-yin, his third decent save of the half so far.
It was a good rebound as well, Ben, but there was nobody there from Team Canada.
Now Awai Lun can't keep his balance over there. Watched closely by Sarantopoulos. Hong Kong win the throw-in. Final moments of the first half. Hong Kong had to play it all the way back, and it got away completely, and Canada's going to win a corner kick.
Well, it was a back pass into the goalie, but the goalie thought the defender was going to hit him perfect on the chest or on the ground.
Well, it was a pretty good shot. Hit it on there. Catlett with his back to the goal, showing there how resourceful he can be around net.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to see a bit more those crosses into Catlett's, but Catlett was turned towards the back of the goal and didn't really get a good header into the net. Here's John Catlett, number 9 of Team Canada.
And there is the halftime whistle from Tony Camacho. And at the half here in the consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup, Team Canada 1, the Hong Kong national team 0. And now we're going to go down to the sidelines and Randy Andreichu. Hong Kong national team with control of the ball deep in their own end. Chan Ki Kwong tried to control that. Now we've got Ian Carter just freshly into the game for Canada. And this is Colin Miller, number 3. Up to Carter. Carter claimed the throw in, but it's going to go to Hong Kong. Canada leading 1-0. Paul Pesce-Solido, a brilliant solo effort in the 19th minute to take the lead. Chan Sao-yin, the Hong Kong goaltender, 3 good saves in the first half. Now it's played up here for Chan Chi Kwon, broken up there by Ian Carter. And Miller back safely to Paul Dolan. Dolan, a high kick straight out of the sun for Pesce-Solido. And Canada win the ball on the foul call. Carter chips to Catlett down the wing. Catlett takes 2 defenders with him. Good cross there, looking for Valentine. Carl Valentine runs it into the corner, but Lee Kin Wo's there for Hong Kong, and safely back to the keeper.
Substitutions for Canada in the second half. Coming in number 15, Ian Carter. He replaces number 4, Peter Sarantopoulos.
So Peter Sarantopoulos now will out of the game, replaced by Ian Carter, that appears. And Chung Kam Hwa is out of the game in favor of Chan Chi Kwong for Hong Kong. And there we see the new player for Canada, Ian Carter, the defender. The other change for Hong Kong As play heating up here, the other change for Hong Kong, number 7, Chan Chi Kwong is out.
That was a nice cross here. Nick Dasovic went through the defense, got a shot, but not much of a shot, and a great save of the Hong Kong goalkeeper.
It's rather Kwong coming in. And number 13, Chung Kam-Wah is out. Number 4, Tama Fook is out. And Keith, Tama Fook coming out of the game surprises me a little.
Well, he could be hurting Ben as well. He had a great first half, and I was surprised to see him out of the lineup on the second half. As well as in Team Canada, Ben, Ian Carter. I know Ian very well. He's a great defender. Over the years, I've coached against him. I've played more or less different teams that he's been on, and great player, but I was surprised to see Colin Miller in the middle instead of Peter Sorrentopoulos.
Well, Miller was playing all over the place. Now we have an injury. John Catlett, very slow getting up after that challenge. I believe it was Yanlik Kin, number 6, that he was caught up with there.
We'd like to recognize.
I think with Miller in the middle, Ben, we're giving up with Peter not being there. A little height, a little speed as well in the middle, and I hope Samuels could cover that up for Miller.
Here we'll see it, Keith.
Yeah, both players are going up, and just the way Catlett has landed, I think.
Difficult to tell from that
His
angle.
leg.
Catlett might have caught a boot from the player coming by as he went down.
Yeah, he's kind of drowsy. A little ice back on the back, so maybe when he went down, he got a little.
I think he might have taken a knock on the ground, Keith. It didn't look like there was any direct head-to-head contact up there. And there we see Chan Chi Kwong, who's just come into the game for Hong Kong, as they try to find the equalizer here. We have 40 minutes to go. Canada 1, Hong Kong 0. Limniadis now creates some space for himself and shoots wide. Not much on that one.
No, the shot was taken from well out, quite a bit away from the 18-yard line, but it should have been a one more pass, at least take the defenders on more.
And we see now the crowd starting to fill up here in anticipation of the AC Milan FC Porto final. And that game in its entirety, the Italian and Portuguese champions, will be on Rogers Community 10 Toronto Sunday, June 21st at 2 p.m. And there's a hard tackle there. Shum Kwok Pui taking down Dave Norman.
Yeah, Dave Norman was going really hard on the right side, overlapping, becoming a right wing. And
there we see Yanlik Kin, who's just come into the game also for Hong Kong. So now we've got you caught up on the players out there. Now Carl Valentine. Valentine looking for a way into the Hong Kong box. Challenged there by Chu Chung Ming. Valentine could not get the cross off, but I believe the signal is for a corner kick for Canada.
here's Samuels, he is Ian Carter, all the big boys are inside.
And again, we see Chan Sao Yin. And now here's a break now, Hong Kong on the near side. This is Chan Chi Kwong. And he just ran into a little too much traffic there. Got a signals cross with Ao Wai Lin.
Yeah, well, the Hong Kong team spotted that Ian Carter, the fullback, was still in the box, and they took advantage on the right side and tried to open up, but Team Canada caught up with him.
Canadians seeming to have a speed advantage out there. Now here's a chance for Pesh. Paul Pesha-Solido. Challenged effectively by two defenders, but Limniadis comes up with it now. Back for Carter. Into space for Mobilio, Dominic Mobilio. Gets a short pull, but puts it into the center. Pesha-Solido works the dummy for Catlett. Norman tries to find a way through Hong Kong. Trying to take some pressure off now with Chun Chu Ming. Ming watched closely by Valentine, dumps it off here for Chan Chi Kwong. And it's Ian Carter winning the ball for Canada. To Colin Miller. Miller Good ball. He had Catliffe and Pesha-Solido up there. Hong Kong now coming back. Ao Wai Lun now running on the far side, but the ball just can't find him.
Well, Hong Kong team's a little more anxious this half. They're starting the half, seems like that, Ben, and they're looking for a goal to tie this game.
This is Chan Chi Kwong, very much in the game since he came in as a substitute at halftime. Catliffe for Canada. Dispossessed, and Pang Kam Chung. We have an injured player down there for Hong Kong. We'll try to get the number for you. He's getting up. It's number 12, Shum Kwok Pui, who was hurt. Now there's another jostle in the center. Shum is still hurt at center, and referee Tony Camacho coming over, but it looks as though he'll continue. There he is, Keith.
Yeah, well, Catliffe kind of give him a little chop on the below the kneecap, and it must have hurt it, but the referee played advantage, and the play kept on.
Hong Kong now with a free kick in the Canadian end. Mobilio pounces on that, tries to play it forward for Catliffe. Now it's Carter heading it down, and Carl Valentine. Valentine to Catliffe. Catliffe will win a throw in there after a hard challenge from Woo Yu Kwok. Number 16 for Hong Kong. Valentine, who takes all the corner kicks, will take the throw in here. Throws over Pesha-Solido. Now picks it up again. Works a play through for Dasovic. And Canada win the throw in now, deep in Hong Kong territory. And again, it's Valentine. Dominic Mobilio. Mobilio watched closely there. Hong Kong win it. Nice heel there from Pang Kam. Now they got a runner in the center. Getting around Samuel, but Samuel's able to play it back there, avoiding the challenge from Lee Kin Wo, number 11 for Hong Kong.
Yeah, that was a nice pass through on the Hong Kong team, but Samuel's just too strong, too fast. Didn't give him an inch.
And it looks as though the next break, Canada's going to make a couple of moves here. Alex Bunbury and Eddie Berdusko are going to come into the game. Keith, how is that going to affect the Canadian attack?
Well, it depends who they're going to take off the field, Ben. I like Alex. He's very speedy. I like Berdusko. He's got a knack of scoring, so we'll see who they're going to take off.
Limniadis now. Controlling under pressure for Canada. Out on the wing for Norman. Norman to Mobilio. Mobilio chipped into the box. Miss-hit there by Woo Yu Kwok. But Hong Kong control. And then the ball's just served up for Dave Norman. And he puts it back in the other way for Valentine. Now he's got Catliffe on the other side. Takes the shot himself, and it's off the bar. Chen Su-young got a piece of it and rolled up, and it hit the crossbar.
That was a nice ball through, Ben. On the right side. Here's Carl Valentine going in on the right side, taking a shot. Shot was well taken. Nice hard shot. The goalkeeper should have played it a bit better.
Canada will get the corner kick after this.
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
And here come the substitutions.
Just over the crossbar.
And they're taking off both Catliffe and Mobilio, Keith. So they're retooling the attack here. What do you think?
Well, they're going to have an awful lot of speed up front. I'll tell you that much. With Alex up there.
Alex Bunbury, number
Berdusko.
12. Sorry, Keith, Eddie Berdusko, number 14. Berdusko now heading it down right there to Bunbury, and it didn't take long for them to get into the game.
Yeah, I think Alex and Berdusko, like I said, is going to create a lot of chances up front, and their speedsters with passion there is going to get his chances as well. Here's the replay. Alex took it just on a turn. On the turn, at least got a shot away, but up high.
What about the decision to take out Catliffe and Mobilio?
Well, Catliffe was tiring, I think, a bit, and really had a good period and something Catliffe did. Mobilio played well, but they need a bit more fresh legs, and it's very warm on the field, and with Alex and Berdusko, they'll get that from them.
Canada up 1-0 with 32 minutes to play. Retooling their attack here. Looking for more goals against Hong Kong. And this will run all the way back for Paul Dolan in the Canadian goal. Dolan not really challenged much so far.
Not much. Couple good chances from Hong Kong in the first half.
Bunbury. Carter. And there we see a shot of Eddie Berdusko. Keith?
Yeah, he's a great player, and he's got the knack of scoring ability, and I'm sure he'll use it.
Berdusko back to Carter. Ball up in the air. Pesha Solido calls for a fair catch, but it gets headed away by Chen Chi Kwong. This is Columbus 500 Cup soccer action from Varsity Stadium in Toronto. I'm Ben Knight with Keith Pandofsky, watching us on Rogers Community 10 Toronto and the Rogers Ontario Network. Now Carter, forward, puts the cross through. There's a header and a goal. Carl Valentine. And again, Keith, it didn't seem to come from much, but a fine cross, and what a finish.
Actually, the Hong Kong team was thinking offside, and Ian Carter, we may see the play again. Well played. Here's Ian Carter coming to the left side. Nice cross, and Carl Valentine took it with a header. Nice and low, actually. Yeah. Good goal by Carl Valentine. A great play by Ian Carter.
59th minute, Carl Valentine.
That header is awful low. Here we go. Goalkeeper tries, but
goalie fully extended. And Valentine, who has played very well in this tournament so far, Keith, rewarded with a goal. Now here's more pressure. They try to find Valentine again. And it's Shum Kwok Pui breaking that up. Hong Kong looking for the opening, and Dave Norman controls at that time. And I've noticed a lot of times, Keith, Hong Kong's breakout, and Norman is right there.
Well, Norman is overlapping on the right side, and you get somebody like Carl Valentine on the right side, and as well as Dave Norman coming behind you. Boy, I wouldn't want to be the defender.
And there we see Randy Samuel going up and heading that down. Limniadis. Bunbury there challenging Woo Yu Kwok. And Hong Kong win the free kick. We've got less than half an hour to go here. Canada leading 2-0. On goals by Paul Pesha-Solido and Carl Valentine. Dolan up, no challenge there.
It's getting warmer up here, Ben. I'm sure it's a lot hotter on the field, and these two teams are giving all they got, I think.
We've got a hazy, hot day. There was some wind before the game, but it doesn't seem to be much of a factor now. You can still see it at the top of the stands, but I don't think there's much going on down at ground level. Valentine now, taken down hard, wins the free kick. Canada pushing men forward now. Loading up in the center of the box. Look for them to scatter once the kick's in the air. Valentine, line drive. Dasovic was up to get it. Now Valentine. Taking on two defenders. He's got Dasovic behind him. And Dasovic will take the throw in. Now he decides to leave it for Dave Norman coming up. Into Bunbury. Another hard tackle. Keith Bunbury, Alex Bunbury, who's in there now, has had quite a career in the Canadian Soccer League so far.
Yes, he's been with a few of the teams, and he's a threat. He's a great player.
There's a chance for Berdusko. Chopped down in the defense. Pang Kam tries to control for Hong Kong.
I think the Hong Kong team is really respecting Alex Bunbury for his speed, and they're not giving him much, and they're shoelacing him, especially around the 18-yard line. they've moved Pesh on the left side, so they've got Berdusko and Alex Bunbury up in the middle.
So good speed now on the in the attack for Canada, but who's going to take the high balls now? As Bunbury runs onto that free kick, and now Canada's got a chance out of nothing as Bunbury tries to tap dance around the defender. The ball comes out to the open wing. Norman played around there by Shum Kwok Pui. Hong Kong controlling. Chan Chi Kwong tried to play it into space, and Ian Carter concedes a free kick to give his defenders time to get back. Chang Ping on. This is Yanlik Kin. Hong Kong regrouping, looking for that elusive way through the Canadian defense. Yanlik Kin, now the kick. And again, it's the long ball looking for Lee Kin Wo. He leaves a nice ball there for Shum Kwok Pui, but there's just too many Canadian defenders there. And Keith, Hong Kong seem to have the moves, but they haven't figured out how to adjust. As Pesha Solano now overlaps it.
It just took a crazy bounce. That was a great pass. It was a nice curve from Nick Dasovic for Pesh, but it just took a crazy bounce and went up to the side.
All right, as I was trying to get you to comment there, the Hong Kong team seeming to have trouble adjusting to the Canadian defense and midfield.
Well, Team Canada's given them the midfield, but Hong Kong's really haven't come up around the 18-yard line, and it's like a wall. We'll give you the middle, and we're not going to give you our own third.
Now off on the far side, Norman lost his balance. I think he caught a foot going by.
That's a corner kick.
And Canada will win a corner kick out of that. Canada's starting to show the territorial domination starting to show up in the stats, Keith. That's 8 corner kicks for Canada. Comes into the center now and headed on and off the line. Pang Kam Chung is right there to rob Alex Bunbury.
Thank God for Pang Kim Chan, number 2, saved the goal for Team Hong Kong. Here's a nice chip. Alex Bunbury is going up. Header, number 2. Great save by number 2.
Now the ensuing corner kick is launched into the seats by a Hong Kong defender. Canada now up 9-3 in corner kicks through the game, and we're starting to see that territorial domination, Keith.
Well, either first few minutes in the second half, Hong Kong, I thought they had a little spur going, but second goal by Team Canada kind of put a freeze to that.
Now Valentine, who scored that second goal, arches it into the center. And Chen Sao Yin pretty fearless going up for the ball.
Yeah, he went up, and Nick Dasovic kind of gave him a little jab, and got a...
Now number 12, Shum Kwok Pui, is coming out of the game for Hong Kong, and the new player is going to be number 3, Chang Wai Chu. And there we see Chang Wai Chu running into the game.
He's had a good game. Good game.
We don't know a lot about these players. We don't know a lot about this team either, Keith, as their past record hasn't shown much.
Well, they're like I said, it's an awful young team, and they're all national players, and they're all born in Hong Kong.
Here's a really scrappy effort here from Chang Chi Kwong. Gets it into the center, and again, it's Dave Norman to the rescue there.
Yeah, that was the one.
Lee Kien Wo was all alone in the center.
That was the one thing that I mentioned when the substitution became, when Ian Carter came in and Colin Miller was put in the middle. Here's the replay. Trying to take a shot, but the ball's bouncing, and boy, great pass. Nice cover by Dave Norman.
There was a chance in front now for Hong Kong, and a long shot room service for Paul Dolan there, served up by Chu Chung Ming.
Yeah, that's one area where Peter Sarantopoulos had the quickness and the ability to come a bit quicker, and Colin Miller did get caught there, and thank God for Dave Norman.
Well, the Hong Kong forwards and midfielders are having to scrap for everything they get, but they are getting their chances now. Eddie Berdusko, Alex Bunbury. Now it's Berdusko taking it into the corner, looking to turn it, and it's knocked away by Woo Yu Kwok. Up in the air now as Hong Kong try to come back. It comes for Ao Wai Lun. Ao's been the target man, but now he lays it off for Lee Kin Wo. Lee taking on Colin Miller. Sidesteps him, but couldn't get the shot away. And that's what I mean, Keith. They're scrambling for everything.
Yeah. No finish, though. They're trying to finish, but there's no finish.
Now Pesha Solido leaves it for Samuel. Good ball through. Everybody's calling for offside, and the flag is up. And Canada offside on the play.
It was
just
a good try.
Little shade off the timing on the give and go, Keith.
Or Pesh would have been gone home free.
All right, and Canada now about to make another move. John Limniadis coming off, Keith, and Joseph Masher, who's the last player dressed on the bench for Canada, goes in.
Boy, Bob Lenarduzzi's pulling all the punches here, and with Masher coming in, he's a threat. He's a great midfielder and attacks well, and boy, he also loves to score.
This is the team that will finish the game here with 21.5 minutes left. And Keith, sometimes as a coach yourself, don't you usually like to keep one player back just in case? I mean, when you've got a lot of substitutions you can make in a game like this, well, the last thing you want is your backup goaltender out there. As Canada controls there.
Offside there, Ben. Yes, but as a coach, you're looking at 2-0, and you're trying to give everybody a chance to play in this great international game and see what the rest of the team could do against a team like national team of Hong Kong. And why not? You're leading 2-0, and boy, it's going to take a miracle to lose this game now, I think.
Dasovic plays it to Macher. Up to Bunbury. Bunbury, good ball into space for Masher. Now here comes the cross, and headed nicely away by Yannick Kin, and Canada will claim yet another corner kick.
You got an awful lot of offense there, Ben, so there's no threat. As long as we're playing in their own zone, there's not much threat that they're going to get the chances and the goals.
Well, Hong Kong have had their better chances in the last few minutes, but they're still not really looking like a threat to get back into this game. That one's headed away in the defense. Now Hong Kong. And the flag is up, and now Hong Kong's offside.
Yeah, he's offside by 5 yards at least.
Ao Wai Lun. Hong Kong run a lot of timing patterns in their offense, and the Canadian defense has been able to disrupt that timing. Dasovic to Carter. Ian Carter. Canada looking to spring the offside trap. Came up to Berdusko, and the threat peters out there.
Yeah, Berdusko tried to put the ball through for Masher, but he was too close and too far behind for that pass.
We're inside of 20 minutes to go in this consolation final as we take a look at Joseph Masher there. Canada continuing to lead Hong Kong 2-0. As Lo Kai Wai up to Chan Chi Kwong.
Thank you.
Now Canada coming back now. Jam up in the corner there. And Dave Norman wins the corner kick for Canada.
Dave Norman's offside there in the corner, Ben. Lead coming out.
Canada 2, Hong Kong 0. Yannick Kin will put the ball into play. Awkwardly headed there in the center. Into open space here for Chan Chi Kwong. Chan Chi Kwong can't get past Carter. Ian Carter controls. Canada a little trouble hauling that one in, but Miller finally plays it back into safety. And Paul Dolan, a quiet day today in the Canadian goal. Actually, Dave Norman's made 2 saves.
Yes, yes.
Alex Bunbury. Bunbury had room on the wing, but he turns it back into the center now. Now he elects to go out there for Masher. Joseph Masher turns his defender, puts it into the center, headed down by Chang Ping on. Now the chance for Valentine into Bunbury. And once again, Chan Sao Yin. And this time, Yin may have taken a knockdown there. I think they're calling for the trainer. And Hong Kong just dropped the play out of bounds to get the stop. There's a guy who's had a tough tournament.
Yes, so here's the play before Ben. Nice pass through, and Alex Bunbury is trying to take a shot away. I think he got held up a little bit by number 2 there, Pang.
And it looks like we might have had a collision of knees in there.
I think Alex kind of ran into the goalkeeper a bit, and he's still down. Here's a goalie, Cheng Sun Ying from Hong Kong national team, the goalkeeper.
Yep. They're still recovering after that knock of knees there with Alex Bunbury on that scoring chance. Just a reminder, the final of this tournament, AC Milan versus Porto, the Italian and Portuguese champions. And we're very proud to have that game for you on Rogers Community 10 Toronto, Sunday, June 21st at 2 p.m. Two of the great teams of Europe meeting head-on, both coming off championships. Keith, that's going to be wonderful.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that game, Ben, and the two superpowers are going to clash here, and wow.
Now, meanwhile, out here, and I was saying that Chan Sao Yin, a tough tournament, and it looks like we're going to change goaltenders here. Chung Ho Yin, number 19, who you see there on the sidelines. And he has not come over to the center line yet, so they're waiting to see the condition of Chan Sao Yin. But I got to figure, if there's any doubt about his condition, Chan's done just about anything you could have asked him to do under the circumstances. But it looks like he's going to stay in there.
Yeah, he's shaking it off.
Clearly favoring the knee, and now Canada. And a very sporting gesture there as Pest just throws it back into them again, realizing that they'd played it out of bounds just to get help from the goalie, so the throw-in goes back to them. It's good to see that.
Yeah.
So here's Chan fighting off the effects of that injury. His teammates drift up to fill the center. Kick comes slightly near side. Canada, a notable advantage in the air here.
I really haven't seen any awful lot of high balls played, Ben. I'm really surprised, even in the first half with Katlev being in there. They were very successful on the ground, and they're keeping it basically on the ground.
And the substitutions they made reflect that. This is Awai Lun. Over here for Lo Kai Wah. And Paul Pesciasolido playing back there, gets a piece of that, tries to find Bunbury. Falls for Lo Kai Wah, but there's Nick Dasovic. It's a free exchange here in the middle as Chang Wai Chu runs onto it now. Finds Lo Kai Wah on the far side. Headed into the center, but no challenge for Carter. And now Canada, lots of space here and 3 men coming up the near side. Nick Dasovic puts it up for Paul Pesciasolido. One-on-one, Pesciasolido pushing off the defender now. Looking into the center, there's Bunbury again, and that was, Keith, it didn't look like a dangerous shot, but it extended Chan about as far as he could go.
Yes, because Chan was going the wrong way, and he got off balance, and a better shot by Alex would have been in the net. Here's the shot. A pass from Pesh, and Alex took the shot. Not much of a shot, but Chan a little slow getting there, but made the save. That's what counts.
And the turf is a little bit torn up in both goal areas, Keith, and a shot like that can easily take a bad bounce.
Bad bounce.
Good percentage try there for Canada. Awai Lun. Watch closely now. Good ball up here to Pang, but Paul Pesciasolido coming back to break it up. Up to Bunbury in the center. Looks up to the other side now for Masher. Joseph Masher. Watched closely by Chang Ping on. Plays it in. Valentine made a nice move to get around the defender, but the ball didn't go with him. Dasovic. Now open space for Paul Pesciasolido. And again, that charging style of his and a good clean tackle by Chang Chi Kwong.
He's trying to take the defender too straight. He should be taking him left or right and making a little budge, but he's taking the defender dead on.
And Hong Kong win a throw in there. And there's Paul Pesciasolido. Very exciting young player, Keith.
Yeah. He's having a great game so far.
Eddie Berdusko. Back to Pesce-Solido. Two defenders closed on that. Valentine comes up with it anyway. Slices across here, looking for Dasovic. Dasovic on the end of the box, back for Berdusko, and it's there. And Berdusko got the shot, Keith, but full marks to Nick Dasovic for making that possible.
Yeah, Nick Dasovic made the great play, but beautiful finish by Berdusko. And again, it wasn't much of a shot, but it was right inside the post. And here's Nick Dasovic playing the ball back to Berdusko. Nice left-footed shot. The goalkeeper should have had that, but he was slow on this particular shot and the shot before. He was just slow getting there.
And in the 78th minute, Canada 3-0 up now. The goals from Pesce-Solido, Carl Valentine, and now Eddie Berdusko. And the long tournament continues for Hong Kong. They've now, Chan Sao-Yin has now conceded 10 goals. But there have been very few, Keith, I think you'll agree, that he really had much of a chance on.
Yeah, but I thought maybe after that knock and the couple times that he had to make the saves on the ground, he was slow getting there. So maybe he's hurting.
Now Dasovic breaking through, and I believe Canada, let me just wait for the call here. Canada awarded a free kick right on the edge of the Hong Kong box. Colin Miller and Paul Pesce-Solido are back. Look for Pesh to make a run here. Miller will either probably try to chip it around the wall here. 10 minutes to go. Miller, nice play to Pesce-Solido. He runs over it, puts the cross into the center, and oh!
I thought we were going to see a great finish, but it just didn't happen. Beautiful play, though. It was an indirect free kick, and it's a set play. Here we go. Nice pass to Pesh. Nice cross here, but not much finish. Boy, could have really put it with his belly inside the net.
Keith, what I love about that play is the way Pesh overran the ball. It came to him, but instead of playing it on the first tide, he made sure that he was on the right side of the defenders and then just played the cross right down the line.
Well, he was on the outside of the wall, and anytime you have a player that position on the outside of the wall, the guy beside him should be really keeping eye on that player, and he's not there for any other reason but to receive the ball.
Interesting move now, Keith. Ao Wai Lun, number 18, who has been the heart of what offense Hong Kong's been able to generate in this tournament, out of the game now, replaced by number 15, Chao Chi-Shing.
Well, fresh blood, fresh legs here with 9 minutes left, Ben. Maybe they're hoping that somebody else could do the job.
Joseph Masher hauled down hard in the center there. It'll be a free kick for Canada. Valentine sets it up for Samuel now. Canada up 3. Colin Miller to Ian Carter. Looking for Pesh on the sidelines. In now for Carter. Run off the ball by Chang Ping On. And Carter just concedes the throw in. Chang Ping, the Hong Kong captain. Up to Lo Kai Wah. Pesh tackled there. And again, Keith, it seems they're all the Canadian attackers are drawing close attention, but it's Pesce-Solido who's drawing the tackles.
Well, anytime that Pesh got the ball and he's playing on the left side, he's drawing at least 1 or 2 defenders onto him. That's good. Creates a little more space for Alex Bunbury and Eddie Berdusko.
Masher and Samuel now. Samuel with control, comes up with it. Cross into the center. Bunbury heads it down, blocked in the box there by Chang Ping. Hong Kong try to break it back the other way. They've only got 1 man forward. Now here's a chance on the wing. And Joseph Masher there to run it down. Now Canada getting back in numbers. Hong Kong trying to find the way through now. More players forward than we've seen before. But it falls for Bunbury. Bunbury wide open to Pesh on the wing, onside. He's got Berdusko in the center. Takes the shot himself, And Keith, it went over the bar, but you look pretty happy with it.
Actually, he was trying to cross that ball because he had Alex Bunbury and Eddie Berdusko cutting on the right side, and the pass didn't happen, but it was more of a shot than a pass. So.
Canada 3, Hong Kong 0, 7 minutes to go. This is Columbus 500 Cup soccer action on Rogers Community 10 Toronto and the Rogers Ontario Network. I'm Ben Knight with Keith Pandofsky. And this is Chan Sao Yin putting into play for Hong Kong. Long ball past all his teammates. And Miller just lets it run.
Well, Randy Samuels isn't going to give an inch up high, and he was well up.
Paul Dolan almost untested in the Canadian goal. He's had 2 scary moments, and both times Dave Norman was back to clear the danger. Now this is Ian Carter. Carter, good ball, trying to find some space for Bunbury. Bunbury down the sidelines, watched closely by Woo Yu Kwok. Taken by Chan Sao Yin. Hong Kong. And there we see Chow Chi-Shing, the new player in. Colin Miller goes high to head that down. Now Hong Kong, they want a goal for their troubles here. Chow. Leaving it off, it's played in the center here for Chan Chi Kwong. Lee Kin Wo. And now Pang Kam looking forward now. Looking for a way through. Long ball now. We've got a player running in the box. It's number 10, Lo Kai Wah. But Dolan, again, able to control that.
It'd be nice to see a goal here by Team Hong Kong, Ben. They've had a couple close calls on the Canada end, but no finish. And they'd like to go home with at least a goal, if not a win.
Well, they just caught AC Milan on the wrong day and got blown out 7-0. They've played a much sounder positional game, I think, against Canada. But there's not a lot of difference between 3-0 and 7-0 when you're trying to go home with a win. We got 5 minutes left now. Here's a ball to shoot Chung Ming with some space on the side there.
Just a bit too far, and their passing haven't been, the 2 games that we've seen them, the passing haven't been to the greatest ability that they could be, and they're not sharp, they're not timed right, and away from the players.
I got to say that Dave Norman, 13 for Canada, is really having a solid game. His anticipation has just been wonderful.
Yes, he's playing well, he's overlapping, he's all over the field.
Ian Carter trying to turn the ball upfield for Dasovic. Dasovic fighting down the sidelines, and eventually Chang Wai Chu concedes a throw-in. Paul Pesciasolido to take it for Canada. Dasovic knocked out, and referee Tony Camacho awards the throw to Canada. Carter will take it. Up to Bunbury.
Yeah, Alex Bunbury tried to shield that ball with the body, and it was a bit more physical than he should have been, and free kick to Team Hong Kong.
Number 5, Chang Ping-on, leaves it for his goalkeeper. We are in the final moments here of the consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup. Team Canada 3, the Hong Kong national team 0. Ball runs through, but Ian Carter's on it. Carter just dumps it up the wing now. Bunbury heads it down, nobody home. Hong Kong. Played into space now for Chan Chi. Here's their chance, and they've got it! Hong Kong are on the scoreboard. Hong Kong are on the scoreboard here. Dolan and Norman a little bit taken aback by it, but no doubt about it.
Actually, Dave Norman scored a goal here, own goal, Ben. Here's the pass. Was supposed to be a pass, and Dave Norman just knocks it in. Own goal by Team Canada. He saved one earlier, a great save on the line, but this time
Well, I suppose saving 2 out of 3 is a pretty good day's work. But Hong Kong, the good news is, on the board, Lee Kin Wo. And there was a lot on that shot, Keith. I think you can, in a situation like that, you can probably give Lee Kin Wo credit for the goal because there was a lot on it.
No question.
And it was headed straight for the net.
Well, he beat Paul Dolan clearly, and Dave Norman tried to do the same thing as earlier, but just wasn't to be because he was running hard into the line.
So after being on the wrong end of the scorer's decision 10 times in this tournament, Hong Kong break through with the goal they wanted. Canada 3, Hong Kong 1 in the final moments of an exciting soccer game at Varsity Stadium. And they're picking up some support here from a large Chinese contingent in the crowd here. So Hong Kong get the spark they need, but I think they might have left it a little late, Keith.
Just a bit too late, and hey, good to see them score and go home with a goal at least, and great finish.
Handball there called on Ian Carter as he went over his man. Pang Kam Chung for Chang Ping On. Good ball looking for Lee Kin Wo. Wo into the center. And a shot now from Lo Kai Wah, and the crowd getting behind Hong Kong here.
That was a great pass and a nice try on that shot on the volley, but just over the crossbar. Here's the pass coming on the right side. On the volley, just over. Paul Dolan had it all the way in case it was on the net, but great try for Team Hong Kong.
Just digging the ball out of the south stands here at Varsity. Dolan, I don't imagine he'll be in any too much of a hurry to get this ball in play. Dolan, and there is the final whistle, and Team Canada run out 3-1 winners over the Hong Kong national team in the consolation final of the Columbus 500 Cup. A very entertaining game here, and now for more on today's contest, let's go down to Randy Andreichou on the sidelines.